Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. We've got a very good one for you, I can assure you of that. Eliza Bryant Village celebrates its 118th anniversary this year. The board chair, Jean Allen Jenkins, and the Auxiliary One president, Maddie Reed, will tell us about the organization and what's being done to commemorate this anniversary. Later on, we'll hear from John Litton from the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. He'll share information about the annual Friends of the Poor Walk, as it is called, taking place in September. And on the broadcast after that, Lee Trotter and Dr. Dale Cates will talk about a conference hosted by Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, the Tau Boule, as they are sometimes called, here in Cleveland. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with two good women here, Jean Allen Jenkins, who's board chairman of Eliza Bryant Village, and Maddie Reed, who's president of Auxiliary One. Good to have you both with us.
Well, thank you.
Jean Allen seated on the right. Let me ask you, Jean Allen Jenkins, what's the mission of Eliza Bryant Village?
Our mission is to serve seniors in a very dignified, caring environment, to offer outreach programs and to be available.
It's a nursing home, and among other things as well.
That's what I'd like to share with your viewers today. I think most of us know us as a nursing home, but the village is so much more, and hopefully we'll get a chance to just talk about the village itself.
We will talk about the village indeed. Good to have you with us as well.
Thank you.
Maddie Reed, you're president of Auxiliary One.
Yes.
Celebrating 118 years of service.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about this organization, Eliza Bryant Village.
Auxiliary One was founded at the same time as the nursing home, and at the time it was named Senior Home for the Aged Colored People. They were not allowed to apply to other nursing homes. They were segregated. And Auxiliary One was founded to raise funds. They went from house to house to raise the money to get started. They started in 1893, and it was incorporated in 1896. And they got a nice donation from Rockefeller Fund, and that's how the home started for the aged colored people.
Yeah, Jean Allen Jenkins, that's quite a history. They're begun because of segregation.
That's right.
And blacks could not go to nursing homes where whites were.
Traditional
so
nursing
Eliza
homes.
Bryant was established there.
Right.
You're still there at East 71st Street in Wade Park.
Yes, we are.
Tell me a little bit about what you do there.
Well, and it's a village now, not just a nursing home, which I shared a little earlier. Now, if you come visit us, you will see housing, senior housing, low-income senior housing, cluster homes, 2 apartment buildings, what we call low-rise apartment buildings, and then a number of outreach services. There's an adult day program on the campus. There is a rehabilitation clinic. There's just a number of services, so it's a full service operation.
Got some of everything going there at East
Right.
71st Street in Wade Park, the Eliza Bryant Village. Maddie, you're the president, as I said, of Auxiliary One. What
Yes.
does the auxiliary try to do to benefit Eliza Bryant Village?
We raise funds. We're volunteers, about 100 of us. There are 3 auxiliaries, Auxiliary 1, 2, and 3. Each one of us have a fundraising event each year. Auxiliary One have a high tea, and that's one of the signature events that we have. Auxiliary One is known for. They're a high tea every year in July. And from the beginning, they had teas. We continue that today. They have end gathering in September, which is like an open house, and they brought canned goods and food to help to raise funds for the home. But right now, Auxiliary 2 has a signature event, which is a style show in October and sometime in November, and they have about 1,000 people, and they raise funds and donate that to the center. Auxiliary 3 have their signature event in May, the day before Mother's Day, and they have 500 to 1,000 people, and all the funds that we raise goes to help the village with things that they need. And that's what we do. Volunteer, and we look for other volunteers with their time and their assets to come along and help us improve Eliza Bryant.
So you're always looking for people to come along and help.
Always looking for
Let me put a phone number on the screen where you can get more information as we continue our conversation. And that phone number is 216-361-6141. You can find more information about everything we're talking about, extension 145 as you see, or you can go to elizabryant.org. Who was Eliza Bryant?
Eliza came to Cleveland from the Carolinas, North Carolina. She was the daughter of a freed slave, and she was always mission-minded. So when she came to Cleveland, first thing that she did was to really open her home to individuals, again, when we talked about segregation, the individuals who needed to have a place to stay. Her particular concern, though, was for the aged, and that's how, as Maddie shared, the home for the Cleveland home for the aged.
That's how it got started. What's the Village Gazebo and Memorial Garden project?
Oh, that's a project we'd love to talk about, and I think Maddie wants to share this.
We, the three auxiliaries, have joined together to build a gazebo for our residents and the community. Like you don't have the Wade Oval on Wednesdays,
right?
We want to have an oval at Eliza Bryant.
So you're going to have a big party there.
Yes, yes, and we're going to invite entertainment in. The families will be able to have picnics, and it's going to be wheelchair accessible, open to the community, and we're excited about it, and we need volunteers to help us to do that also.
When do you plan on doing that?
We had the groundbreaking last September, and hopefully we'll be able to start raising the bill in September of this year.
So there are a lot of
we have enough money to do that.
A lot of plans in the future for Eliza Bryant Village, which celebrates 118 years of life and giving life here in the greater Cleveland area. Good to have you both on the broadcast. Go ahead.
I would like to share one other very significant happening on the campus. We are a business partner now with the Center for Dialysis Care, and so they are in the process of building a center on the campus. And so we've got a lot of new things happening.
Lots
the Gazebo
happening.
Project and now the CDC.
Lots happening on Wade Park Avenue at East 71st Street on the east side of Cleveland. Thank you, ladies, for being on the broadcast. Once again, the number is 361-6141, extension 145. More information on everything we're talking about, or go to elizabryant.org.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell everybody Eliza Bryant we said hey.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back in just a moment. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. Glad to have you with us. John Litton is Executive Director of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. He joins me today to talk about the annual Friends of the Poor Walk, which benefits the organization St. Vincent de Paul. Good to have you with us, John.
Thanks for having me.
First off, tell us about what does Society of St. Vincent de Paul do?
Sure. Well, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul is a network of over 1,000 volunteers throughout Northeast Ohio and 8-county area, dedicated to person-to-person, face-to-face service of others through things like emergency assistance with rent and utilities, help with clothing, and even food. We run some of the largest food pantries in Northeast Ohio. We estimate we serve over 15,000 people a month through those services.
That need is great in Northeast Ohio, isn't it?
Yes,
People
it is.
needing a helping hand.
And growing.
So that's one of the reasons for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
That's correct.
Yeah. Part of the diocese?
No, we're technically separate from the Diocese of Cleveland, but we work closely with them through churches, about 61 different churches we work with, as well as other sites.
We're looking at some photographs right now here. Tell us a little bit about these photographs you brought along with you.
Sure. Well, our third annual Friends of the Poor Walk is coming up on September the 20th. And for the first time, it's going to be held in 2 different sites. The event's been growing over the last few years, so we'll be holding it both at St. Edward High School in Lakewood, as well as Richfield Woods Park, which is in Richfield, Ohio area near northern Summit County, I guess.
So folks can sign up for this walk.
That's right.
And it's a fundraiser for you, right?
That's correct. And this goes to the local piece of our mission. You can sign up for the walk, and then it can benefit a local church near you that helps the poor. So if you live in the Ohio City neighborhood, you could choose a site near there. If you live in Middleburg Heights or Strongsville or someplace else, you can pick a site close to there as well.
You brought along with you a little bit of information. I want to get a shot of this, and I think our camera crew can do this on camera number 3 right there. This is what it's all about. Help us help others, and that's your area of concern right there, right where my finger is, right
That's
there.
correct.
You got
8 counties.
Oh, you got 8 counties, a pretty wide area. How do you go about doing that, John Litton? You're the executive director.
When you have a network of over 1,000 volunteers who are locally based, you really leave it to them. I'm there to provide guidance where they need it, but really they're the ones in the trenches doing the real work. And so what the needs are in Ohio City are going to be different from those in Middleburg Heights or someplace else. And I guess who am I to tell them what to do? So each group chooses the needs of their local area they'd like to contribute to helping. So sometimes it might be more of a food focus, maybe sometimes it's more helping people with housing issues and things like that. It's really all over the place. We leave it to our volunteers to get very creative.
What kind of needs do you see in Northeast Ohio? I mean, this is where the rubber meets the road.
Sure.
What kind of needs do you see?
Well, there's the basic needs that a lot of people have: food, help with rent and utilities, things like that. But we also allow our volunteers to get very creative. I mean, it's really all over the place. It speaks to, I think, the growing nature of the segment of the population that needs the help right now. We're seeing more seniors, we're seeing more families, we're certainly seeing more people with jobs, you know, the working poor who can't make ends meet despite both parents having a job or whatever the case may be. It really is all over the place.
So when we sign up for the Friends of the Poor Walk, I mean, we're raising money through the Friends of the Poor Walk, but also we're kind of highlighting, we're bringing the concerns that you've got to the public.
That's right, and in fact a lot of our participants are those we serve as well. We try to bring everybody together as one community of faith to help others.
How can people sign up for the walk now? That's going to be at St. Edward's High School and Richfield Woods Park.
Very simple. FOPwalk.org is the website to register. You can pick the site, pick the beneficiary there. It's very simple. You can also call our office and we can sign you up over the phone. 216-696-6525, and the extension is 3150.
You've got them all. We've got that right on our screen.
Excellent.
Right now as you're talking. And when people do this is going to be Saturday, September the 20th. What time of the day are we going to do the walk?
We'll probably get things started about 10, and I would think we'd be finished by about 11:30 or noon. So it's pretty quick and easy to make a difference as well.
You and I were chatting before we started the broadcast. You were talking about revising a special project that you've got.
Sure. So a special project we've had over the past years, we started a culinary apprenticeship program trying to get people who are difficult to employ jobs in what is a booming restaurant business in the Cleveland area. And we've decided to expand that since we're seeing some results of that program, helping people find work and find the skills necessary to get jobs. We're expanding that to hopefully things like nursing homes, other types of establishments, anybody that would be willing to maybe take a chance on someone they wouldn't have hired otherwise through our program.
Can people find more information by making that phone call to the same number that you just gave us?
If you're a business establishment interested in finding people to work for you, we can help you with that. If you're interested in finding job placement help, we can help you with that as well.
John Litton is Executive Director of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, and you can contact that organization by dialing 216-696-6525 and ask for extension 3150. And once again, the FOPwalk.org, you can get more information on that. And the walk is Saturday, September the 20th at St. Edward's High School and at Richfield Woods Park.
That's correct. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Good to have you with us, John. John Litton, Executive Director of Society of St. Vincent de Paul. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We're going to talk to the members of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity after this. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. Good to have you with us today. The president of Tau Boulay, or Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, Lee Trotter, is here, and its member also is with us, Dr. Dale Cates, and they're going to talk about this fraternity's conference, which is taking place Friday, September the 5th, and this event is going to focus on professional success, and it is open to the public. Good to have you with us. Lee Trotter, seated on the right, and Dale Cates, seated on the left. And I should add that I am a member of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, so that's full disclosure, and I'm going to be involved in all these things that we're talking about. But I will ask you, the head of Sigma Pi Phi here in Cleveland, we call him the Sire Archon. It's like a president. What do you see as the primary role of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity?
Leon, that's a very good question. And the purpose for the fraternity is historic in that it started off to provide an environment where professional people could get together and sort of live out their dreams. Well, since then, those dreams have evolved, and now we're an organization that has a tremendous commitment to social justice, social actions, and that's what the fraternity now is focusing on, especially as it relates to young black males. We're leaning toward being a role model, in fact, for those young men by giving of our time and our treasure.
We are an international fraternity, a Sigma Pi Phi, in all the states and countries across the ocean and the Bahamas as well. Dale Cates is one of our members as well. Dale, you're involved with this big event which is coming up, this professional development series. Tell me about that on September the 5th that we're going to be involved in.
Well, the event itself is what we're trying to do is to bring something to Cleveland that sort of has not been brought in this capacity. We've assembled about maybe 10 or 12 iconic figures in the city, the thought leaders of Cleveland, Ohio. And what we want to do is invite those mid-level to higher level to senior executive level people and entrepreneurs as well to a symposium/workshop that talks about professional development. It encompasses 4 things that we want to emphasize. They have to do with being healthy and well as far as our physicalness. We talk about 21st century leadership. We talk about acquiring and sort of amassing intergenerational wealth. And then we also talk about the 4th tenet was to, what was that?
Well, go ahead, Lee.
Okay, I was going to say the 4th tenet was to move forward with leadership and development, sort of innovative leadership and things of that nature.
I'll tell the audience, since 1904, this fraternity has been around on a national level, and Cleveland is one of the chapters here. And we call each chapter a boule, and in Cleveland it is called Tau Boule, but it's all a member of Sigma Pi Phi for fraternity. And when we have this corporate development series, we're going to have it at the Corporate College East, and Maverick Carter, who is involved with LeBron James. Very much he's in charge of his marketing. He's going to be one of the speakers. And your brother, Lloyd Trotter, who's going to be one of the speakers, very much involved in business in the United States. What do you want people to draw from this event on September the 5th?
Well, we want to show people that rising to the heights in whatever profession or career you choose is possible regardless of where you start off. Both of the gentlemen that you identified are local people, went to local schools, started their careers off doing local things, and have reached the pinnacle. Lloyd, my brother, I'm shameless to say, was retired recently as vice chairman of General Electric Corporation after over 35 years of service. Maverick, we all know, has managed some very outstanding clients and branded and moved them forward. But this is possible. This kind of activity is possible from people with an urban education background, or it was possible in years past, and we like to make certain that that's the message that gets out, is that anybody can do it if they really put their minds to it.
Dale Cates, what do you want people to walk away from? And how do you register to go to this event, which is going to be September the 5th at the Corporate College East, which is in Warrensville Heights, and I'll give a little more information on that. How do people register for this?
They go online right now, and that information should be on the scene coming up. It is a $125 fee. We do have an early bird registration that is less than that. And what we're encouraging people to walk away from this, Leon, is that if you're sitting at your desk in a position of your livelihood, and you're asking yourself, how do I maybe go to that next level? How do I empower myself to be a leader? How do I distinguish myself in my career? How do I accumulate wealth that not only can be for my family, but for the next generation? And also, how do I live a well-balanced and healthy life? With all those things of success come higher stress levels. And so what we're trying to do is put a package together, almost like a blueprint, for people to walk away having all those things fulfilled, but also the ability to live a well-balanced life.
Of course, this has been one of the tenets, as you said, Lee, at the beginning of this interview, was what Tau Boule, or Sigma Pi Phi, was all about when it was established in 1904.
Right.
And many of the members of Sigma Pi Phi from all walks of life. Lee Trotter was very much involved in high levels of Cuyahoga County government until he retired, and Dale Cates is a dentist, and we are filled with, I'm in it, and members of the architecture, our architects are in it, and medical doctors and dentists and lawyers and people from all walks of life are in it. Black men who are trying to establish a better life for the kids, certainly, who follow.
And I just want to add also, part of our proceeds basically is going towards our nonprofit that we are part of, and that is the Kenneth Clements Center, the Leadership Academy. and that's the part of the Cleveland Metropolitan School System that we've affiliated with to sort of make sure that those kids, and they are from pre-K to 8th grade, young black men, and our proceeds are helping that school in a sense for its resources, for its tools. Our group is also part of the sweat equity, meaning that we actually go there physically ourselves to volunteer and to mentor. So a lot of the proceeds from this event is actually going towards that institution.
We've got the address where you can find more information. There's a phone number there as well. You can call 536-0771 in the 216 area code. We're going to have a wonderful time Friday, September the 5th. It's going to be at Corporate College East, 4400 Richmond Road in Warrensville Heights, and we start at 8 o'clock in the morning and go till mid-afternoon. Good to have you with us.
Well, thank you very much, Leon.
Members of my fraternity, good brothers of mine, Lee Trotter and Dale Cates. Thank you, gentlemen.
Our pleasure.
We will talk later, of course. I'm taking a break. I'll be right back in a moment. The Morning Exchange segment meets Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League.
Hello, Leon. How are you?
I'm fine, and you are?
I'm doing well, doing well. We're moving fast and furious as always, and always new and exciting things coming up. On Saturday, September 6th, we're going to be over at Tri-C at their new Advanced Technology Center, and we're working in collaboration with a number of organizations, Neighborhood Leadership Institute, Cuyahoga Community College, and it's a day of really giving information to parents, information around the Common Core state standards, the new third grade reading guarantee. We're going to be talking about literacy efforts, because if our children do not know how to read, they cannot read to learn and do well in school and eventually in society. So literacy is so important.
That sets them up for success for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
By learning,
Absolutely.
by learning to read.
Yeah, and this new third grade reading guarantee, if students aren't reading on par by the end of third grade, they won't be going to fourth grade, and parents need to know about that.
And once again, that's going to be in our final 30 seconds. That's going to be Saturday, September the 6th.
Correct.
Where about?
At Cuyahoga Community College's Advanced Technology Center, right on the corner of 30th and Woodland.
That's at the Metropolitan Campus. What time of the day do you start?
We're going to be starting over there at about 9:15, and we'll be going until about 2:30 that day.
Good deal. That's going to do it for us. Take care, everybody, and be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.